everybody? Bob Walters, Brett Grasso, NFL Saturday. As the NFL kind of creeps in on the college football playoff, they always go on these Saturdays. We got two good ones, though. The Eagles, two divisional affairs, the Eagles and the Commanders. And then tonight, a big one at Soldier Field between the Bears and the Packers. Second time in just a couple weeks they faced each other. Bears came out. They weren't really ready in the first game. In the first half, they comeback got fall short, and then that was it. So, Brett, what's up? What are you doing? How you doing?
They're at Soldier Field tonight, right?
Soldier Field.
Yeah. Oh, it's a big one.
Lambeau's good too, right? I mean, they're both iconic spots.
I know, but it makes it. I feel like it evens the playing field a lot in this matchup with Micah Parsons being out.
Yeah.
I feel like Green Bay, is a little bit of the better team, even though Chicago is playing real well. But you put that matchup with the injuries and in Soldier Field, and what's the temp? But we do another -8.
Yeah,
that was rough.
Yeah,
was that last week?
It's called. But first, we got the Eagles and the Commanders. The Eagles, they're gonna win the division. They're limping to the line here, but they're gonna win the division. They're the best team in the division. The Cowboys were okay. Cowboys still have a shot. They need 0-3 from the Eagles, and they need to go 3-0, and then they win the division.
Yeah. We talked. I mean, it's the two losses to the Commanders. Like, good luck, me and you.
And it's the tie to the Packers.
We could beat
the tie with the Packers.
And
didn't help them either.
And the Commanders aren't trying to even win games at this point. So
no.
The Eagles will be winning one of their two games versus the Commanders. The Cowboys will be knocked out of that thing, and Jerry Jones can convince himself all he wants that the Cowboys still have a shot at these playoffs right now. And you know what they do.
Yeah, I guess they got more of a shot than anybody, than the Giants and Jets. Now the NFL, this is the time of year where the NFL continues their global takeover. Right after Army Navy, the Saturday after Army Navy, they hop right in, and I mean, college football can't be happy about it, right?
No, of course not. But I think what we've learned with everybody is everybody used to have this like gentleman's agreement between all sports.
The NBA would be.
They're used to with everything, with all of it, Christmas NBA and football, and that's Thanksgiving's yours football, like all this stuff that would go on. And now it's all no holds barred. And it's honestly, it's not even the leagues. It's the alt. It's like the alt media, that Prime Video, Netflix.
No,
and
but
all
they've
the
been
other
doing this forever. They've been doing this forever. As soon as Army Navy ends, the next weekend they hop in.
No, you are. Yeah,
there was just never games.
Right, but
there was never games because it wasn't a playoff.
Now it's on everything.
The
but
New
now
Year's.
It's on. Right now it's on Saturdays always, but now they're having the playoff games too. But they would have in the past, like one way or the other. You're right. These games I was like, these were my favorite time of year. When all of a sudden,
Saturday games,
as a kid, you were like, oh my god, I don't have to wait till Sunday because we used to be like bubbling over waiting for 1 o'clock on a Sunday to kick off. Like, I didn't care if the Jets were 0-14. We were like ready to go as if it mattered. And it's the only game we would get to watch. No red zone. We'd be like just the Jets versus
Jets and Giants.
That's what we would get.
And they do
we'd love it.
A cut in to give you an update, like Greg Gumbel or Brian Gumbel in the studio would cut in, and do the thing. And then you know what they also used to have when we were kids on which I used to like was the You Make a Call.
Oh,
it would be like a close play, and they'd be like, you make the call, and then they do another commercial and come back and they give you the answer. That's how I learned the rules.
That.
And I was just telling
that
Brett
was a good one. You're right. And they would be like, all right. And you didn't get it. It was like, here's the scenario when this happens, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, what? And you would really learn it, but they would even it would never be something easy. It would be like something somewhat intricate that you'd feel like, oh, is so uncommon. But then all of a sudden, over the next years of watching football, it would happen, and you'd know. And we didn't care about what happened in school. Let's put it that way. We knew every stat to the guys, every minuscule player. We were not good at Spanish. We were not doing math correctly. I can't conjugate a verb, but I could have told you everything that happened for every NFL team. Like my uncle would come to me, here, Brett, what are we picking? And we'd win money. Bob, I just knew. It's all we knew, right? All we knew.
Yeah, you're right. And they would, and I thought that I just assume I know all the rules of football, and like I guess we do most of them, but every once in a while one comes up where I'm not sure. There was one. It was last year. I forget what it was. I talked about it on the show. It was like a year or two ago. I didn't know the rule. I didn't know it. This one is another one. That just in the game on Thursday night, that wild Seattle game, the first score in the end zone, the first score in overtime, the Rams went down, stuck it in the end zone. Then Seattle comes back down the field. They score a touchdown. They're gonna go for 2. So I said, I was sitting there and I said, you know what? Is the game over if they get the 2? Because The rule is they both score a touchdown. Then I thought they both score a touchdown, and they continue playing. Now, I didn't know it was, and then it goes to sudden death, but I didn't, and it just hit me. I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. I think it's probably over.
And the only way I understood it, and I kind of just without thinking about it knew it was like going to be over, was that it's like after the first touchdown, it's like whoever, like it's the next.
It's one more drive. You know it's one more drive.
Like right. It's not even that. It's like yes, you're right. It's either like you have after the first touchdown, it's like as long as you score, win or lose, 2 tie, whatever, it's over. Like I knew that was the end of it. That's like kind of the thing is, as soon as you get to the first touchdown, the other team gets a possession. That's that, So,
yeah. So who's
I don't know. Me and Bob talked about it. No, real quick though.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I truly believe the best way to do it is just let them play a whole quarter of football. Let them play their normal 15-minute quarter of football right up to the buzzer. Just how we always play football. I know we like the sudden death, and people used to like it because it was like, a quick kick to win it or whatever.
They get to it. They get field goal range too easy.
There's a finality to it. Right. No, I want 15 minutes of football, tired, defense is still out there. That's what, let's find up something better.
But they'll never, the NFLPA will never agree to more football, period. Goodell's dying to get an 18th week.
Well, they will be. And they will be. And you know what that week's for. Yeah, well, they're going to make it where that week is so every team has an international game every year. That will be the 18th week, and that will be where it doesn't cut into the team's home revenue.
They all have one now, right?
No, they don't. No, not necessarily, and it works into the extra game where it's not. It's the game where you have an uneven amount of games. Numbers, but they're going to make it where every team gets one across the board and all over the globe every year. And at least they've backed off on the putting a team somewhere else. They've severely backed off on the Europe team and the garbage that that would ensue with that.
So now the Commanders have they shut down Jaden Daniels for the season. Probably a smart move, right? So bad, such a different sophomore season. He was so good last year. Got him to the championship game, and now this year it's just been injuries and just they never got the season off the ground.
Well, he's another one, and then injuries, and he's going to be one of those injury-plagued careers where you saw that first year. Are we ever going to get back to that year? Like, is it ever going to be like that again for Jaden Daniels? And I feel like he's going to have a very solid career. But, once those injuries creep up on this type of quarterback, that their whole life is about scrambling and running, and, they recover a lot better these days. But you have that small window in the NFL, and it felt like the Commanders were about to, take control of that division and really compete with the Eagles. And what a letdown.
Yeah, but with the injuries, too, and there's so many injuries. Look at you have the Micah Parsons, who would be playing tonight. That's a huge injury. You have Mahomes, who went out, and that was signified.
It's incredible to watch the ACLs. Just to watch all the ACLs in such big spots, and especially for someone like Parsons to go down in such a big spot with a team who's really humming. And what a big shot to Green Bay for that one.
Yeah, but because to get him in the play. What are you talking about? Oh, Parsons. Yeah. No, it's a huge. That's a huge miss right there.
Now, all of them. It's just everybody's goes down. And
Mahomes is saying he's going to be back next year, in the first week one, and he's not going to be back week one. He's not going to be back week one.
They're all capable, but are you 100%? So I don't know, and I don't know if you want that anyway. And who knows? And then you have Kelsey deciding over the next 3 weeks whether it's his end, which we're all crossing our fingers. Hopefully it's over, right? We're all no, I don't think so.
I don't think he's coming back.
No, he wants them to show up with the rocking chairs at every game. He wants all of it. He's going to have all of it. This is going to be a drag out Netflix
they're gonna have to cut him. They're gonna have to cut him.
Full on Netflix experience. There's gonna be so much BS involved in it, especially in a rebuild year. Now he has the right to be like, we're not even going for a Super Bowl. We're just here for me. It's gonna be the me Kelsey year. And
you think so?
Miserable.
I don't think he can really play much anymore. He was declining last year. He was okay this year, not terrible, but he shouldn't play. He I mean, some people like that. Some people just need to be kicked off the team, basically. Some people won't go out on top.
Well, he's going to ride it out. Listen, right now they're all like want the attention, want the social media. He's going to want to ride it out. I don't know. I guess so. I mean, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't want to go down a loser. I mean, that's the only other route is you're going to go down losing. It's not fun. You think it's going to be like it always is. It's not fun to lose. I don't care if you've won how many Super Bowls. But I think we can all agree we're just glad this career is coming to an end. You know?
You don't like Kelsey?
Nah, it's the drama that the last couple of years have brought with it. I'm just done with it all. And like, you know, let's move on. Like just from the whole thing. Let's separate Taylor Swift from football. And I like Taylor Swift, but the whole thing that's come up with it. Good for them. It's good. We're gonna see them every day. You're gonna have specials and wedding specials and all the stuff. Like, so, you know, whatever comes next for him, good luck. Just, you know, it's not going to be winning Super Bowls. I'm sick of watching the last decade of Kelsey in the Super Bowl.
Now let's get to now. Like we said, the Eagles they just have to win. It's just a matter of time before they win the division. But I mean, you know, they could lose today.
This isn't they don't blow them out. That's the thing with the Eagles. The Eagles actually turns out to be something of a competitive game in a weird way.
But it's Mariota. Mariota's the quarterback. Mariota's the quarterback. Right. How good is Marcus Mariota?
I know. But you go division game away, you're in Washington. I know it's probably the easiest of all of those scenarios. I understand that, Bob. Like, I really do. But I just feel like the Eagles they're going to win this game, but just the way they do of not like, oh, we should just manhandle them. Like, they're going to be down 7-0 at one point, and they're going to like get tied up at half and have a bad second half, and they're going to win by like 10.
Yeah, but all the NFL games are close. All NFL games are close. It's like that. Like, think about it. If you have a 10.5 point spread,
one bounce of the ball can go the other way. I'm just saying, if there's one bounce of the ball, go the other way. And like, again, I said there's no way that the Eagles lose to the Commanders twice in 3 weeks and all this other stuff. But you just have to lose this week, right? Like,
Eagles don't have
all that matters.
Eagles are missing something this year. They're not the same team.
No, that's what I mean is like they're not that. And normally this team, any other Eagles team over the last few years, this is the game where you wouldn't even be worried about a letdown or, you know, a look ahead or any of that. It would just be they'd win by 3-4 touchdowns. And by the third quarter, Saquon would be taken out, even though we could go break a record. You know, like that's the type of game today should be.
Yeah.
Should be like he's on his third touchdown. They take him out. They let somebody else get it. He's like, oh, look how generous he is. But it's not going to be like that. It's going to be like we're up by a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Let's see if we can hold them.
Any given Sunday, right, Brad? Any given Saturday. Anybody can win any given Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, well, they thought it was going to be a good game. We didn't, you know what I mean?
They screwed themselves on Christmas, too. They did the same thing on Christmas.
They got to flex these,
No,
right?
they're not going to. Because they don't let them flex. First of all, Fox and CBS don't have flex in their contract. It's the Monday night, the Sunday night game is the only one that has it. Because that's the premier package. That's the standalone Sunday night. That's the old Monday night game.
That's not how it's supposed to go. There should be like America decides, and they just go, you know what? Forget it. No, America. You tell us who's playing and when they're playing. They don't even know. They don't even, you know what? Monday. We know Monday.
Yeah.
All right, Monday morning, the vote's in by noon. We understand you're not going to get in by 9. You're not going to remember. Noon, the votes are in. And then we decide where you're traveling to.
Well, that's what I always said. Like, you could do that with the presidential and elections, right? It's absurd that we're not voting on our phones yet. They could absolutely make it secure. Just nobody's going to buy it. Nobody's going to think it's secure. We don't even think these ones are secure now. And yet people at the library, you think that the ladies that work at the library are stuffing ballot boxes. But like, we should absolutely vote on our phone. You could get any of that secured.
We should be voting on phones. We should be voting on who plays in the most important game of the week. Let America let's
2 weeks in advance, because that's how long they have to flex it 2 weeks in advance.
No, you're right. But I'm sorry. The Commanders are trying to lose today, and we have to watch that game first. That's not fair. Now, granted, the Eagles are going to help them try to.
You just told us it was going to be a tight game.
It is, but it doesn't change the fact that the Eagles are going to be trying to win. It's just not going to work out. Commanders trying to lose. That's not going to work out either, and it's going to turn out to be a good game by default. That's what we're about to get, Bob. A randomly good game by default.
Now, what do you think? Going back quickly to the game the other night on Thursday night, crazy game, this and that. I mean, first of all, Seattle had no business winning the game, right? Because it's crazy. They needed all that. Everything had to fit perfectly. I think the Rams are clearly the best team. Seattle's not going to. even though they control their own destiny, they have to play San Francisco. They have to go to Carolina next week, which is a crazy one, right? Then they have to come to Then they have to go to San Francisco, who could have a shot at the 1 seed in that last week. They're going to lose one of those games. I think that by far, Sam Bradford's the MVP, and by far the Rams are the best team.
100%, and everything had to go Seattle's way. Like classic Sam Darnold. I watch him see ghosts with the Jets, but he can throw an incomplete 2-point conversion that counts. It is the wildest stuff I've ever seen, and that game, I'll consider that game like the perfect game for the viewer. That was like the game we've all been waiting for on a Thursday night.
Yeah. Well, it's best Thursday night game ever.
It's hyped up. It counts. Whatever happens is probably for not only the division, but probably the entirety of number 1 seed in the NFC. And you look at this game and you're like, okay, now all of a sudden you have one team who's down. We're all probably going to turn the game off. It's pretty much over. And then all of a sudden the home team comes storming back. You have we almost got there. The 2-point conversion failed. Wait, hold on. Let's slip a new page in the script from Goodell and see what happens next.
Yeah,
and they go, no. It's a 2-point conversion, and it was nuts.
And the Rams screwed that up because the Rams had 2 drives where they threw the ball 4 to 5 times, 4 to 6 times, and 4 out of 5 of those, or 5 out of 6 times, and 4 out of 5 of those were incomplete. Stops the clock. What are you doing? It's football 101.
So bad.
And so everything had to go right. But what I was going to say is now the loser, whoever's going to lose in the NFC West, right? Whether it's one team's going to win out of the 3, out of San Francisco, Seattle, and the Rams. The losing team is going to have to go to either Carolina or Tampa and play like an 8 or 9 win team on the road in the playoffs. Yeah, and that's going to be good. It's always doesn't always seem like it's the NFC South that has that 8-8 team or something. It's either Atlanta or Tampa.
Of course. No, of course. You have to have one. It's never Carolina, and that's the one that we all want to see in now, right?
Yeah,
that's how it works.
No, I'd rather see Baker. I want to see Baker.
No, of course. No, you're right. We all want to see Baker. We know he probably has the best shot at winning. But it's just you want to see the team who's never made it. Like these guys, like this is nobody expected Carolina to 1, make the playoffs, 2, compete for the division, and honestly look good at all. And Carolina, when they are good, is a pretty tough place to play. Like they have a good crowd there when they're good. Again, they're not good ever. But they've been there. They've won the. I know it's like that, but you actually
they won last year, right? Didn't Sam Darnold win with them last year?
No, they didn't win. They won. They won a game.
That was a couple years ago.
They won like a game.
Yeah, no, last
Baker
year they won a
Mayfield
game.
too.
Right,
and guess what? That's the funny part is the people who are going to have to play each other are the former guys they kicked out. That's even the next storyline is.
Yeah, and
so
they play better. They play each other this week. Carolina and Tampa play each other this week, and then again in the last week of the season.
Yeah.
So the last week of the season, that's going to be a playoff game. They didn't flex that game. That's the game you want to flex because that's the playoff game, right? That's a playoff game.
It's so funny because there's only like those named teams that people wanna that they'll ever put in those spots. Nobody cares about Carolina. It could be the most important. Oh, they're gonna go perfect season. They wouldn't even care. Like Carolina.
No, I know. They want the teams because the fans will watch with the bigger fan bases. Yeah. And they want them, what's going on in the college game, Brett? You're watching the college game?
They would play the Cowboys game over anything else. It'd be like, Cowboys are going to be defeated.
But you know what? Sometimes we're wrong on that. We thought Notre Dame was getting in, right? Because they're Notre Dame. They didn't get in. They screwed them.
Yeah.
Like that's the same type of situation. You think, okay.
And now I'm watching Tulane down by 14.
With it 17-3?
Going into the half.
Yeah, so the Eagles and Commanders about to kick off. So go ahead.
Oh, nice. Let's get into that game. Let's go.
Eagles Commanders about to kick off. The Eagles are going to get the ball first. Saturday NFL,
There you go.
It was a surprise.
It looks like a nice day there in Washington. It's not too cold out here
why,
this weekend.
Why the 5 o'clock start? Like when you just
fumble, Eagles have the ball.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no, sorry, nope. What did I say, Bob? Here we go.
Commanders.
What did I say? They will be up 7-0 in this game. There it is. Commanders got the ball. Fumble by the Eagles early. Let's see
it always happens. It's gonna be a field goal.
Let's see if it's official.
Yeah, it's official.
It's gonna be. It's on the sideline. It might have went out of bounds. You don't know. It's a tough one.
All turnovers.
Bob, they always have something geared up for that first drive. They've been talking about it all week. They've been running it in practice every day. First drive. No, after that, nothing. You get a touchdown early, and very little from
and then
the
like
Commanders.
42-7, the final.
No, watch, the first play is going to be like the most awesome play action you've ever seen to a tight end.
Here's the replay.
That just like,
oh no,
it's on the ground. It's on the ground on the right.
Oh yeah, that's out. That's out. And it never goes out of bounds. It never goes out of bounds. But I think there's two guys at the bottom of the pile wrestling for it. Is what's going on.
They gave it to him. It's official. It's official.
Yep, there you
Commanders
go.
Ball. Game's been flipped.
Wow.
Vegas's odds have just went in the toilet with that one play.
Yeah. You're right. They did. They absolutely
they had it baked in. They knew it. They probably knew it.
It's going to be a field goal. I'm telling you.
Nope. Play action touchdown. First play. I'm telling you guys, this is Commanders football at its finest. Mariota's making a comeback. Guy doesn't even want to play in the league. He just wants to be a backup. This is going to be a good game.
He was good in Oregon, but the problem is that Chip Kelly stuff.
He was good in Oregon. That was 9 years ago.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the Chip Kelly stuff doesn't translate to the NFL. He was a head coach. He was terrible.
No,
this year he was the offensive coordinator. Got fired after like 10 weeks.
No, the Chip Kelly stuff doesn't translate to media either. If you watch him on any of the podcast stuff, it's miserable. It's just awful to listen to. Yeah,
first play,
Chip
run
Kelly
up the gut.
I don't even know which one it's on, but it's just like they throw all these random coaches up there now, like as if that's who you want to hear. I'm like, thanks. Yes, I want to hear a failed coach. But they were great there. That running gun stuff's crazy, but this is gonna be But what about tonight, Bobby? What do we got tonight?
Tonight we have Bears and the Packers. From where? From Soldier Field, right? Well, let's
Soldier Field.
Let's start here. Let's go to our on the field correspondent. We got our on the field correspondents now.
Oh, I heard. So, yeah.
So
listen.
Let's go. She filed her report with me like a couple hours ago. So here's our girl. Let me just get this up here. Hold on. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Hold on. But anyway, yeah. So here we go. So here's first on the field from Soldier Field. Oh, hold on. I screwed it up, Brad. I screwed it up. Hold on. Publish.
Not the first time.
I got it.
Don't worry.
Yeah, no, it's not the first time.
Just so you know, Commanders driving.
Commanders, yeah, but they
first and 10, 5-yard
ball on
run.
the 11-yard line. All right, here we go. First on the field from Soldier Field. Here we go.
At a sunsplash but chilly Soldier Field, the stage is set for another chapter of the NFL's oldest rivalry. Tonight will be the 212th meeting between the Bears and the Packers, and it's the latest this matchup has ever been played, with first place on the line. Just 2 weeks ago when these two met, Packers jumped out to a 14-3 halftime lead and held off a late Bears push for a 28-21 win. The Bears defense, which has had a knack for turning over their opponent, was able to pick off Jordan Love one time in that game. The Bears have been focused on getting a push on the defensive front and trying to force the Packers passing attack into mistakes which could lead to turnovers. This, as for the Packers Saturday showdown in Chicago, will be the first game following Micah Parsons' season-ending ACL tear, which begs a big question. How will the Packers defense adjust without one of the league's premier pass rushers? Parsons led the NFL with 83 QB pressures. That's 40 more QB pressures than the next Packers pass rusher. Green Bay will be leaning on Lucas Van Ness and Kingsley Enagbare to step up and fill the void left by Parsons. 40 more QB pressures than the next Packers pass rusher. Green Bay. From a Colt Soldier Field in Chicago, I'm Letitia Bailey. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, so Brett, I
nice.
did auditions all week. I picked Letitia. Thank you, Letitia.
Yeah,
from Soldier
awesome.
Field. It's cold.
Awesome.
It's cold out there.
Thank you very much. First time.
She said
hopefully we got a bunch more of those going.
Yeah, we'll have one. We're gonna have a whole network of people around here. She was talking about Micah Parsons, obviously a big part of this game. The Packers. Now, the big thing with the Bears is it's gonna be a pretty rough week for the rough couple weeks for the Bears if they don't win here. If they win, the winner of tonight's game and a Lions loss or tie, they make the playoffs. The Bears can still get the 1 seed in the NFC. They could also miss the playoffs because the Colts can pass them if they get the wild. So you're talking about they could be home field. The road to the Super Bowl goes through.
I don't
through Soldier Field. They can miss the playoffs. I think they make it too because it takes
honestly,
a lot. They would need the Lions and the Colts.
I think by the end of tonight, the Bears playoff spot will be pretty obvious. They'll be winning, and I believe that your Green Bay is gonna obviously still be fine, but they're gonna be the ones who take a big step back from their injuries. And you look and you go, Indianapolis, man, they can still make it, but your desperation time. That adrenaline's out. Week 2 is going to be a little different, I think, for Rivers, and he might be good, but
what do you think of Rivers?
I think What?
What'd you think of Rivers?
He was
throwing a wobbly ball in the beginning there. He doesn't have the speed on it, but listen, he toughed it out.
No, that was not even it. It's the fact that he didn't flinch in the pocket. He stood right up and took all of it. He was right. Like, he was able to find the route trees with receivers and timing. Like, that's pretty good, man. Like, that's not easy. You can say whatever, but like, these guys it's precise. You're talking about the NFL. You're not talking about he's popping into like a mediocre league and he's playing versus the best of the best in what's supposed to be a number 1 seeded team 3 weeks ago. And, that offensive line is what saved him. So that's the guys who he should be thanking. And plus, he gets 5 more years of health insurance. So, you know what?
That's what it was. Really, and he's got 10 kids.
That's what we found out. That's all that matters. 5 years of health insurance. We find out. That's where we're at in our country today is we're all worried. We're all worried about the subsidies, right? And if you're Phillip Rivers, you know what? You got to sacrifice the body for the family.
Yeah, and I heard that. That's definitely why he did it, too. Because he got 10 kids. That 100%. Could bankrupt him. That could bankrupt him.
They were like, they got the letter in the mail. He was like, nah, put me in. I don't care. I'll play for. Yeah. He's like, no problem. He was like, sign me up for the Raiders. The Raiders need to start. They go, no. We got some better. You want to go to the playoffs? Yeah. And he was like, all right.
They had his high school team. And listen, that's another reason why I think. That's another reason.
No. Why not fly them out? What do you mean?
Because he's doing it for health insurance.
Are you guys out of your mind? That's a private jet from the Ursays. That is a luxury suite. That is everything set up. You do their homework for them. You set that up nice. Like, that's I didn't like that. They were, oh, yay, congratulations. If they were there, no way he loses.
No, listen, and they got a home game, though, this week, so they'll be there this week. They got a home game against.
He brought him to the end. He gave them that field goal with the chance to win that game. And the defense, not that they let him down because they didn't even give up a touchdown in that game, but come on.
Yeah, it was good though. I was locked into it. Now the playoff picture. Like I said, the Bears can get the 1 seed. They could also miss the playoffs. Right now, they're in the 2 seed. The Bears and these teams like the Packers from the NFC North and teams like the Bears from the NFC North. They're just swapping between 2 and 8 seeds, 2 and 7 seeds. I'm sorry, 2 and 7 seeds. Yeah, because the Packers are the 7 seed now,
and the seeding is, and that honestly, it's not going to be about who's the best team who makes it. It's going to be about who's got the best path. There is who's going to make it. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like in that division. It's not in other divisions you'd be like, no matter what, this is the best team right now. Like the Patriots are going to make it, or the Bills are definitely going to make it. Whereas you go, no, I think like whoever ends up getting lucky enough to get in that home field advantage spot and doesn't have to play in a certain city is going to be the team with the easiest path.
The Colts are the 8th seed right now, so they're out of the playoffs on the bubble. They got San Francisco at home. Tough game to ask Phillip Rivers to go in there and win.
Where early in the year, that's a winnable game for San Francisco, but not this San Francisco team now. Now you're getting a competitive game, and it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and then you got the Ravens in the 9 seed. That's in the AFC. The AFC is more it's a lot of jockeying inside the playoffs. Like it's with the teams that are already in. There's a lot of that going on here. But like the AFC North, the Steelers and the Ravens, only one of them is going to get in.
Tomorrow's Patriots at Ravens. That's Patriots, the game.
That's a tough. But that's a tough one. The Patriots coming off. They blew a big lead to the Bills.
I would have said that Patriots. If you asked me this 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, based on how it was going, I would have said Patriots win this game by 2 touchdowns. Now, the Ravens are the sneaky team because they played so bad early, and I think that they're finally playing well. Where I think the Ravens win this game, and I think that's like
that throws a mix right back into the AFC. Throws the AFC East right back into play because the Bills win and then they're tied, and they play each other again. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Brett? I think we lost Brett. But so I'm gonna hold on. Let me let Brett go here. Oh, there he is. He's coming back already. You got me on there, Brett, going, can you hear me? And you're just a frozen picture. You make me look like
same thing. I was like, man, they're just letting me go today. I'm just going. I was going to go for another hour.
You're fired. You're fired. And look at the score, Brett. 3-0. Told you. It's always a field goal with these bad teams. They kick field goals. That's why they're bad teams. They kick field goals. They don't score touchdowns.
No,
and that's what I was going to say about Seattle. That's another reason why I don't think Seattle is going to be the 1 seed. Just a week before, Seattle, they got bailed out by their kicker hitting 6 field goals to beat Old Man Rivers and the Colts. They should have lost that game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. And you look and you go, the thing that was getting them there was Sam Darnold, but you go, Jackson Smith and Najigba was absolutely like on fire early. The rest of the league has caught up a little bit. And you go, Charbonnet's not quite what he was early, where he was running all over the place. And Darnold, all of a sudden, you see the chinks in Darnold's armor. Like, as soon as he feels uncomfortable and he has that little bit of extra pressure and he's playing versus, he can't recognize that zone. Do you see how many times he got picked? Because the guy, like, it looked man, and the last second, the guy backed off, and Darnold just threw it to him. And it's like, you can't do that in the playoffs. You will not win those playoff games if you do that.
And he threw 2 picks. He threw 2 picks.
Right. So Darnold's great when things are perfect. But when you have some, whether it be some elite pass rusher coming after you or a corner that gets you or a really good defensive coordinator with a scheme that's like going to get you and bait you, oh, man, I wouldn't want Darnold as my quarterback. So I think that you're right. I think that like they're very similar to like Indianapolis, where they were great early. People have caught on. We're all caught on.
Yeah, but now the 1 seed with 2 games left, so they worked.
Coaches, no, you're right. And no, so they're going to hang on, but they're not going in as like the number ones, even though they felt like it. Like they're going in as like the bottom, I feel like.
Look at the difference. I mean, Sam Bradford threw for 457 yards. Nakua had 225 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. He's unbelievable. He's like, I love
that you called it. I love that you called Matt Stafford Sam Bradford. Is first of all my favorite part of today. Was my favorite part of today.
They both went to Oklahoma, right?
It doesn't matter. Sam Bradford he didn't throw for that many yards in his whole career in the NFL.
Sam Bradford. I think they both went to Oklahoma, so that's where
it sounds so similar when you say it. Like,
they're the same person in my head.
It took me a solid 3 seconds.
Sam Bradford, that's funny. But yes, Stafford,
I know,
457 yards.
I was like, he came in and lit it up. I missed that.
Bro, you missed it. For almost 5.
I was like, he's like third string.
They had almost 600 yards. That just shows you though how one stupid mistake can really screw you, right? Because they had almost 600 yards of offense. 600 yards of offense, and because they didn't, because they passed the ball and didn't run the clock with up 2 scores with 10 minutes left, or it's 7 minutes left, they end up losing. 600 yards of offense.
Vegas was screaming the under. Every bet guy was screaming, take the under. And it wasn't a high number. It was like 42 or something like that. And that thing got smashed. And they threw for so many yards on both sides. It was just incredible. Like, what, it's just funny. Like, but
yeah, it was great.
That game it should have been so much closer. But Darnold gave them every reason to lose that game. And then at the end, if you're Darnold, when you wake up the next day, how do you feel after that game? You feel like you did something good? You feel like something good happened?
He does. Yeah, he does. Because you know why? Because he's been the GOAT. He's been the quarterback that's been losing in big pressure spots. He couldn't do it. He didn't play great. Listen, he didn't play great. He did 2 picks. They were terrible in the first half.
You're like, oh my God. You should wake up feeling like you're the reason they almost lost, as opposed to the reason we won. Like, so I don't know. That was a tough one because he got bailed out hard in that game. He got very lucky.
He did, and he got lucky because everything fell into place. That's it. The punt, because he threw a pick, right? He threw a pick with 8 minutes left, or with 10 minutes left. He threw a pick in the end zone when they're going in for a score. They're down 16 points with 8 minutes left. You don't lose that game. You don't win that game ever. And he somehow made one good play. And the Seattle almost picked off a couple of them too on the overtime. They dropped a couple of interceptions.
Yeah,
that's what killed them. Is they're taking the 2 minutes.
That was scary. I know. Listen, I've seen it. I've seen it in real life with that one, and I just, I don't trust it. Same way as you watching Daniel Jones play well. It's like you're like, I get it. I get it, guys. I hear you.
Yeah, I felt bad for Daniel Jones because he finally was playing well and he got them into playoff position. And then he goes down.
We watch all of them. But Geno Smith's the same way. They're like, yeah, big contract, and we're all like, yeah, we know, he's okay. He's okay. They're all mediocre. You know what I mean? They're not great. You know when you're looking at a great quarterback, like a great quarterback, and everybody was thinking Sam Darnold's like one of the greats. What's the contract going to be? And he's going to get
not even 32 great quarterbaks in the world.
No.
So you don't always get one. Sometimes you got to take what you get.
There aren't 32 that ever existed.
No, and you realize how bad
there aren't.
I'm waiting.
There's a lot of guys who are on good teams, who have good records, who have lots of championships. You even look Terry Bradshaw. He's not the greatest quarterback ever by any means. Like that guy was.
No, they had a good defense, the steel curtain defense.
Right. And you go, but when you look, you're like, so to be honest with you, the greatest of the Dan Marinos and the John Elways and the Tom Brady. There's 32, probably exactly if we want. We can count them up. 32.
And that's what kills football too, is because there aren't enough of these guys, right? So when you start getting injuries like this, that's why they're not going to add another game and add 5 minutes to the overtime. Because when you start getting injuries like this, if you ever watch a game with 2 backup quarterbacks, it's terrible. It's not good. It's not entertaining. Yeah. It's not worth watching. It's a terrible product.
Jets barely even get the backup in these days. I've watched only Jets games with the backup quarterback for the last couple of years.
The Giants tickets last week, StubHub, fees included, $7.
Fees included. I like that.
Fees included $7.
They should pay your tolls.
Then it's 100 to park.
They should. Yeah, they should pay your tolls.
It's 100 to park, but it's $7 to get in fees.
It is 100 to park. You know that 100.
Yeah,
solid straight 100.
No, one of them was the Jets. The Jets kept the Jets made it 100. The Giants is still like 50 or 75.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
How did that's you're asking a lot. That's like a smack in the face.
Well, it's the Rodgers rate. It's the Rodgers rate.
But Rodgers sucked, and that's the thing with the Jets.
Doesn't matter.
How about Rodgers? Now he's playing well. He might go to Pro Bowl. Rodgers might go to the Pro Bowl.
Has nothing to do with sucking. Has nothing to do with how much it costs. So it doesn't matter, Bob. That's not the point with us. All right, we got to pay the price. You want to be a Jets fan, you got to pay extra.
How long do you think before the Mets fans start saying that Pete Alonso was one of the 32 great quarterbacks?
Let me tell you, Pete Alonso is going to be a total afterthought in New York sports history at some point.
I was arguing with someone yesterday. They said he's legendary. He's a legendary player. I go, can we stop this? And then I had to find 2 hours of arguing with these people.
He was going to do one of those long-term, only the team that that you seem legendary because you've been here so long. We know you so well. Legendary is only when you win championships, and the rest is.
That's what I said. He didn't even play in the World Series.
We've seen some great players come through New York and have some really great long runs in football, in baseball, in basketball. We're talking Carmelo Anthony, Don Mattingly, all of them, Mike Piazza, David Wright.
No, Mike Piazza played in the World Series. You have to at least play in the World Series. But still,
no, you're right.
Listen, Carmelo Anthony's a great player.
There's different levels, but there's different levels, and it's like there's different things. And let me tell you, those guys got it because they stayed here. They made it to a certain level. They did whatever. Whereas Pete Alonso, he would have been. But then he left.
He's still not going to be. He's not legendary.
No,
legendary is like Brett. And you know what the guy said when I said you got to at least play. He's never been the best first baseman in the NL East. First of all, okay. I like the first baseman that the Braves have now, and Freddie Freeman's better than him in all aspects of the game. So he was never even the best first baseman at his position in his division. So let's stop with legendary. Second of all, you know what the guy said when I said not Super Bowl. I mean, he didn't play in the World Series. Didn't even take him to the World Series. He goes, oh. So Griffey's not legendary. I go, Griffey hit 600 home runs. Of course, Griffey's. Stop.
Yeah.
And then Griffey's
doing stuff that people were not doing, and Griffey changed and actually had like a different type of athlete decide I want to play baseball now. You know what I mean? Like he's different. Yeah, no, exactly. And I'm sorry, Alonso's
a good player, very good. He's not getting his number retired.
No, he gloves the balls he gets to, but what people don't account for is they don't count his errors when you don't get to them. And everybody else is getting to those balls. So it's like, we need to save those runs. And I'm sorry, Pete Alonso, we got the best out of Pete Alonso ever. And I'm sorry, now it's time to move on. And we want him because he's homegrown, right? No, we want the next homegrown. We want to keep growing that time. We want the greatest. Same thing for the Jets and for the Giants. You want to go draft a quarterback. You want to make that quarterback your quarterback, and you want to have the elite. That's how this works.
When I heard Steve Cohen,
sometimes you got to get rid of the garbage and move on.
When I heard Steve Cohen called the post writers or whatever idiots, and he kind of also referred to the fans because he said they're all idiots. Then he can say whatever. He can walk it back now. I was like, good. I hope he doubles down on this comment. Double down on it and say, you know what? You're all idiots. Because they'd still come. Half the people on Facebook right now aren't going to another Mets game ever. They're not buying tickets. I'm not going. Blah, 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 blah. They'll be the first ones online on StubHub buying tickets in May when the Mets are in first place. And they'll love all the guys.
Right. No, and that's the whole thing is they want to act like, because these guys were homegrown and no matter what there are, and you go, that's what we're waiting for is the next group of homegrown guys. They're going to be better. These guys, we tried. We got the years out of them, 5, 6, 7 years. Nothing. And they were good and they were great. And now we have a group of studs coming up and a bunch of money to spend on whoever next year's free agent is, and the year after that and the year after that. And trust me, when someone's great, they're going to throw all the money in the world at them. And when they're ready, they're not going to throw all the money in the world at a guy that they don't want.
Yeah, and then people got to realize these guys are
going to overpay for 2 or 3 years. So they'll give you a 2 or 3 year contract. There's certain guys who are going to come for an extra bunch of million to do it, and then we can dump that contract if it stinks. We don't even care.
They won't take it. The reason Pete didn't take it is because there's always one that's going to swoop in and do something stupid, right? Yes. So now the Orioles swooped in because you know why? They're in a loaded AL East. They saw the Blue Jays went to the World Series last year. They got better in the offseason. They think they won Pete Alonso away from possibly being that team, the Blue Jays last year. So they got him. They don't care about the other 3 years. If they can get to the Super Bowl, the World Series next year or the following year, they're okay with it. And I get that, but I mean, come on. I got these people. They think the players are fans too. Pete Alonso doesn't care. You're damn right he doesn't care because they give him an extra $60 million.
I will say this: he
doesn't care.
The way that they look at everything right now is the only thing that can harm them long term is a big, bulky contract for a mediocre player. And I'm not saying a bad player. I'm saying someone who might be a good player. So they will spend it on a Soto. They will spend that money on a Scooble next year. But they are not spending. They are not overspending in years. But
that's the argument that these people should be using. The Mets can do that, right? The Mets can get bad contract and they can dump it. They have the resources too.
I'm sorry. He may be willing to overspend, but he's still a businessman. He's not going to make things that are just losing. Like he knows he doesn't want it. He's not. That's a different level. So I don't know. And
in 3 years, in 3 years, 4 years, Soto's going to be the DH. So you can't even put him at DH. And Soto's so much better. Like he's playing.
It's about clogging up. It's about clogging up positions that younger, better athletes are going to start taking. And we don't know who's going to be the good one, but let me tell you, some of these kids in our number 1 rated farm system are going to pan out to be really good. Now, are we going to pick right? I don't know. But if they do, something special is going to happen over the next couple of years. And I don't know what that is.
Cohen did the right thing
every year.
By walking it back. You can't go against fans. You'll never win. You'll never win. He did the right thing, but I was hoping he doubled down on it because you know what, I can't even go on on Facebook or on X or Twitter. I can't even do it anymore because I can't deal with it. I can't argue with these people.
All day yesterday on WFAN. No, but the ownership's supposed to communicate. When you leave Pete, you're supposed to come out and tell us why or what to. No, they don't. Nobody has to say anything to anybody. You don't deserve the owner to come out or do whatever. Yeah, maybe they do sometimes. Maybe they don't. They're going to put a roster together. You're going to agree or not agree. Yeah. They're going to make trades at the deadline. They're going to be better or worse based on how good they are, what they're aiming for. And they're going to hope not to just sell everything so they're good this year and then bad next year. So everybody else just sees today. Nobody cares about the future. And I'm going to be honest with you. In Stearns, we trust. In Cohen, we trust. I'm ready. I'm being honest with you, too.
Exactly. I agree. And it's just ridiculous. But all right, so tonight, we got 3-0. Washington with the lead early off of the fumble on the opening kickoff.
Just like I said.
No,
Washington takes the early lead.
First play was a run into the wall into the line.
Washington takes the early lead.
Yeah. and then we got tonight we got Bears, Packers, I think the Bears are going to win. I think the Bears are going to win. Yeah,
I do too. I do too. And now, the only guy who can change all of that, to be honest with you, with Micah Parsons out and all the other stuff, unless Jordan Love's got to go have the game of his life, right? Like Jordan Love, because also you look and you go, running back's hurt and he's got the bad knee, and it's going to be Jordan Love having to go make something happen today. Yeah. So I don't think.
And then tomorrow, We'll be back with you tomorrow, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. We got Mancini coming in. We're gonna have. I bet I paid a boatload of money for these reporters from the NFL Network, so they're gonna be around. We got a couple of them.
They're good.
We got a couple.
They're good though, and they always get that working on time.
I got that little my raise, that my Christmas, my holiday pay.
There,
my holiday pay.
It looked cold.
It was cold. It was cold out there. Last night was freezing. Today was a little bit. It's 50. It's 30. It's 15. Feels like 15.
No. It was like 10. It was like a 10, and it was snowing at one point. It was a lot. Yeah, it was rough.
So the Eagles are driving. So that's it for us. Right. Brett, we'll see you tomorrow. We got a good one tonight. Maybe Brett come back on later. We'll do the because I got nothing to do. I'm on house rest, Brett. I'm on rec hours. I'm only out of the house 1 to 5. I'm still out of work.
Man,
you don't do anything, right?
I'm sleeping.
Sometimes
I don't do anything. I can't do. You like at like midnight.
Sometimes I call you and you're like, I'm not doing a show.
No way. After like 11. I mean, I'll give you if it's like whatever. But like, you know what it is? Because by the time me and you would sit down and actually actually start. So it's not going to be where it's like, you turn on and we just go. It's going to be like, 40 minutes of chat. Well, next thing you know, I'm like, oh man.
And real quick, another thing before we go about the Mets. You know what I've learned now in the last, like, I guess week or 2 weeks since we've gone to the QBC, right? Because I'm talking to all the different Mets pod. They watched they all watched our recap of it. They all liked it, this and that. There's Brett, there's wars going on, internal wars between these podcasts. Like they hate each other.
Is it really like that?
They hate each other. Yeah, bro.
Do we have? If we pick the right side, does it influence something for our future?
Yes. Right now we're neutral.
So
I'm neutral. No, we're neutral.
We can't talk about it on air. We know that. So we're not.
It's so petty.
First of all, I don't care what happens in this world. Go on
Twitter.
Bob's never been neutral about anything in his whole life.
Go on Twitter and just look at it. They're ready, and they were at the people that were there were at the QBC. It's like, one guy was like, I was going to come up and talk to you, but you're a piece of this. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what is this? And then they started getting in touch with me on TikTok and being like, yo, and they start like talking stuff. And I'm like, listen, I don't get involved in that. I just sit down and didn't talk about the Mets.
Wow.
But yeah, bro, wow. Maybe when we get big time, maybe we're not big time because we haven't gotten ourselves into a feud with another podcast.
We didn't realize we're picking wrong. We're just trying to make friends, right? We're just trying to make friends. And all of a sudden, like, you're in the middle of
I'm telling you, it's like an office. It's like an office with the ladies in the office. They hate each other. Oh, I can't.
It's like, what do they consider that? Like, instead of like the Hatfields and the McCoys, is it like the Nimmos and the Lindors, or the McNeils and the Lindors?
It's like Anchorman. It's like Anchorman. It's like Anchorman, where they're meeting in the parking lot with the weapons.
Well, and do you think this has anything to do with like the Mets stuff that is all politics? We're hearing that.
No, I think they talk. I think they're more
Francesa.
like.
You heard Francesa, right?
What do you say? Oh yeah. Because Nimmo's a Trump guy.
Trump stuff.
Nimmo's a Trump guy.
Other stuff. But is that part of the pod stuff? Are they like
no? I think it's people get into this. I think a lot of people get, and I've talked to all of them now, and like messages, and just like, God will come on your show, we'll have you on our show, stuff like that. Yeah. But I think it's more like a lot of people get into this, like the YouTube and podcasts and stuff like that. A lot of people get into it with thinking they're going to make money, right? that this is going to be their career, right? Yeah. And it's so hard to even reach a monetary level on YouTube. It's like millions of views. The shorts, you need like 10 million views. Forget it. So we just come on and like, if we ever reach that, great. But like we just do it because we got nothing to do. I got a 2-year-old running around.
Even spots and the sponsors and all the other stuff.
The stuff we've got out of this is so cool.
And you're in the time and the effort. If you calculated it back into hourly rate, you would be like it doesn't even work in that way.
Reddit,
exactly.
I'm on some of like these things in Reddit where it's like YouTubers and they're all like, "How did you get monetized?" And they haven't even started yet. They haven't even started their YouTube yet. I think we've gotten paid already. Like the stuff we get to talk to these guys we watch on TV. That we get the coaches. It's great.
What are you kidding me? We're sitting there with Colin Cosell playing Mario Kart on the big screen on a rain delay for the Mets.
To me, that's better than getting paid.
We're down at spring training, like on the field. Like this is like what we do. Like we're talking to everybody and interviewing all the people.
If we walked into the press box, they all know who we are. That's great to me.
Yeah,
we walk into the press box, they all know who we are.
and there's a future. You're gonna get to do something you like to do it, you know, and it's all of it,
Because forget
these guys come in right.
I'm probably $2,500, $3,000 in the hole for this.
Do you know what the other thing is? They're all focused just on the Mets. They don't even do. They might like other sports.
That's better.
But me and you are into everything else. This is an NFL show. We can talk about whatever we want. We're in the middle of an NFL show. So we're all clear right now when this gets clipped.
And
it's an NFL show we're doing, and it's all Mets now. But
it's better to be focused, though. They say it's better to be focused and not be.
I understand that, but that's where the competition comes in. Is all of a sudden you're all talking about the same thing, trying to get the exact same shows, trying to be on the same shows, trying to get the same sponsors. And the competition is fierce, and especially when all of a sudden one guy goes, "Oh, you were going to give me $1,000 for that? I'll take $5."
But it's like, oh, this guy has a bad take or something. I couldn't do it. Listen, I can't do a Mets show on like a week of the Super Bowl. I just can't do it. I'm going to sit there. It's going to end up like this show. We're going to be talking about the Mets.
Right, and that's the thing, and that's the same thing. If nothing happens, at least now the Mets are exciting. They used to do it when nothing was happening. They'd be like, and here we go, episode 422 of the winter of nothing, and they'd be like, So
and the reason I brought it up is because I just want to let everybody know, all the Mets podcasters out there, that we're coming for you, and we're the best damn Mets show, and we're the best damn New York sports show on the internet.
Lock it up.
No, I'm just kidding.
Lock it up.
So that's it.
That. No. Come on. We'll do it. No, we're going to do a sports battle. We do like rap battles, but there's sports battles.
No, it's going to be like Anchorman in the parking lot with the nunchucks and the fights. That's what it's going to be like.
It's like old school, the debate. It can be all different types of Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. What's the race car one?
Which one? Oh, Ricky Bobby? Yeah, we can definitely have a Ricky Bobby finish. Yeah. No,
because the tush push. Okay,
if you're not first, you're last.
You're not first, you're last. And the Tropic Thunder.
Who's Ibanez 21? Oh yeah? Question mark. Who's that in the comments?
They're all good guys too. They're all good guys.
You check out the comments here, Bob. Bob, you reading our comments here from the live viewers?
There he is. Yeah, there he is. What's up, buddy? What's up? They say all of them. Great. That's funny. We're coming for you, Ibanez. All right, so that does it. Listen, the Eagles just failed on a tush push, so maybe it's not their day.
I told you, Commanders.
Enjoy the games tonight. For Breck Rosso, I'm Bob Walters. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. See ya.